gentlemen, your Brandon Valley High School dance team.
Test, test, test. I can't.
Okay.
No,
How about
I
now?
Can. No, I can.
Perfect.
Test, test. Good evening and welcome to Lynx TV on channel 226 on Alliance Communications and Lynx TV YouTube literally around the world. I'm Kevin McEwen. Alongside, get this, Pigskin Classic 2025. I'm going to dial this back to about this individual may hit it right on the button though when we started this. Kyle Roki is with me doing color this evening, and so my wife said the other day the OG team is back. Kyle,
we're back, baby.
Welcome.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. A lot of people recognize my voice from volleyball and girls basketball. By the way, we can maybe mention this, but the volleyball team actually beat O'Gorman for the first time in 9 years today. So that was exciting. But, yeah, I'm happy to be back. This is, I think, either 9 or 10 years. I think we started in 2016, right after I got out of college. So what a ride it's been. Glad to be back up here. I filled in for you last year for the Pigskin Classic. My two favorite words in Brandon. Pigskin Classic. This is the biggest event of the whole year, right here in Brandon, South Dakota.
Absolutely. I know somebody that was on the Booster Club, that was the president of the Booster Club that created all this, and thank you for everybody that did back in a long time ago. This is the 2025 Pigskin Classic here in Brandon, South Dakota. So like I said, my name's Ken McEwen. I'll be bringing your play-by-play, and Kyle Roki will be bringing you your color this evening. Lynx walking into this matchup, number 1 in 11 AAA, as they were victorious over the Washington Warriors 28-7 last week. And the Stevens Raiders come into Brandon from way out west, right? They come into Brandon 0-1 on the season with a loss to Lincoln, 62-14. Kyle, let's talk about the reason, and really the biggest reason we're able to bring Lynx TV on channel 226 Alliance Communications. If you're watching there, maybe in your garage, or you're watching YouTube, Lynx TV YouTube around the world, this is the reason, and these are our Lynx TV sponsors.
Yeah, if you happen to run into any of these places, if you happen to go in, make sure you mention Lynx TV and tell them thank you for sponsoring. It means a lot to them. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to everybody. So we'd like to thank our Lynx All-American sponsors, Alliance Communication, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors, First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health of Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our Lynx champion sponsors, Alliance Communication, American Family Insurance with the Josh Koob Agency, Arrowhead Automotive, Axiom Construction Group, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Buren and Grunning Heating and Air Conditioning, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Northwest Tire, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Couldn't do it without them. Thanks to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors. You're the reason that we're able to bring this telecast to everybody that's not able to be to this capacity crowd, especially on the Lynx TV or Lynx side. If you're not able to see it, maybe you can see a few heads out there, but it is jam-packed on Pigskin 2025. You see the colors coming out to the field right now to your right. We'll go over the starters here, and we're going to go with, and I'm going to start with Kyle here. He'll give you the Stevens offensive starters. Go ahead, Kyle.
All right, starting with the offensive line for Rapid City Stevens, the Raiders. David Schmidt, the junior, will start at left tackle, number 72. Johnny Miller, number 73, a sophomore, left guard. Jack Gunter, senior, number 67. He'll play center. Right guard Will Vines, number 66. He's a junior. At right tackle will be Corbin Fish, the sophomore. Aiden Devine, he is starting at running back, number 26. Brady Waddle, number 19, at wide receiver. Eden Perigo is going to be a junior wide receiver, number 13. Lucas Marcus, junior, Number 16, wide receiver, John Paul Sullivan, wide receiver. Number 11, and their quarterback, Thanae Lichtman Skeen.
That is a hard one. Absolutely, Kyle. We'll go over our Lynx offensive starters here in just a moment because we're going to have our national anthem, and we'll be bringing that to you live. But welcome to Lynx TV and the season opener for Lynx TV and the 2025 season. Lynx coming off of, and we'll touch on that a little bit after the national anthem here, Kyle, as the season that was in 2024 as the colors are coming out to the midfield now.
Generous contribution to the Brandon American Legion. Todd was a lifetime employee of Brandon Valley School District. He took great pride in supporting Brandon Valley athletics and performing arts. Todd also proudly served in the United States Army with 2 Vietnam deployments. After his discharge from the Army, Todd continued to serve in the South Dakota National Guard. Todd was a longtime supporter of the American Legion in Brandon. The new American Legion flag displayed tonight was bought with funds donated from the Todd Williams family. A big thank you to his wife Irene and to the Todd Williams family for their generous contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Proper etiquette is to remove all headwear. Face the flag and put your hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. Playing our national anthem will be the Brandon Valley Trumpet Line under the direction of Bella Rife. Please sing loud and proud like Scotty would have. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Thank you. All right, we are back, And one thing we want to talk about, Kyle, as everything is transpiring on the field, right? And we know that this is a little bit longer game, right? The halftime's a little bit longer, things, because it's a Pigskin Classic. So how do you approach this type of game? And first, let's touch on, let's go over the Lynx offensive starters first. Let's go with that.
You're going to hear a lot of recognizable names from last year with a couple of newcomers, starting with that offensive line, that big, strong offensive line that's going to be really the glue that sticks this Lynx team together. Brian Bangasser is going to be starting at left tackle, the junior number 58. Cal Weiss, another returning starter, senior number 68. Another returning starter, Isaac Mitzel. He's going to be starting at center, also doing the kicking tonight. Iowa commit Hudson Parliament, number 64. He'll be at right guard. Parker Coughlin. He's switching from defense to offense. He'll play the right tackle. And 2 wide receivers, Jack Blomgren. And he was actually at Rapid City Central last year. Maddox Mueller, number 2, will be also starting at wide receiver. Tight end Austin Dowd, number 8, the junior. Mason Veld, he'll be at fullback, the senior, number 7. Levi Veskerna, who is a heck of a running back. He'll be number 31 starting as a junior. And Briggs Knutson, back at quarterback this year for the Red and Black.
So even before we talk about this game, 2024, Kyle. What a magical season, right?
Big time.
You go to the championship, you finish number 2, okay? But to punch your ticket into that through the tournament, right, is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. People take it for granted nowadays. It seems like we're heading to the Dakota Dome or the state championship every single year. Wasn't always like that. We dominated in the 80s, got another one in 98. Then it took us a while, but we are always at the top. It's expected now. There's an expectation. It started with Chad Garrow, and now it's Coach C's. And, it's hard to turn everything else off and say we just got to worry about this game because of the expectations, but all they have to worry about right now is Rapid City Stevens.
100%. Coming in 1-0, number 1 ranked in 11 AAA, the Metro, right? They call it the Metro Conference now. When you were in school, it was the ESD, right? And so now it's the Metro AAA. When Lynx dove into the AAA, okay, when they petitioned in, right, back in the day, everybody thought, well, can we compete? Boy, have we competed.
Yep, we found a way. We just every year since we switched to AAA, it seems like we've just gotten better and better and better. Sprinkled a few state championships in there, a couple of runners-up as well. And I'm thinking they'll be back again this year. That's the hope. We'll see.
Boy, punching your ticket into that championship game is a big deal in every class in the state of South Dakota. And it starts not only by winning on the road, but protecting this field.
Yep.
And it starts tonight with your Pigskin Classic. It looks like the Lynx are going to receive, and that's going to be deep. That's going to be Pudwell along with, it looks like, number 2. And I'm going to get that number for you in just 1 second. I apologize.
That is
let's take a look here. It's going to be Maddox Mueller, number 2, and Pudwell deep. Stevens on to kick. They're going to move left to right on your screen, and they are in white and blue. Your Lynx, black and red with some silver coloring on the helmet. That's going to be Pudwell. He breaks the tackle. He's going to bring it up to about the 16-yard line. Lynx offense. Kyle talked about how big that offensive line is, and they have a Big Ten commit on that offensive line. Run behind that offensive line. You're going to see a lot of that this evening.
And not only that, Big Ten, Parker Coughlin, Hudson Parliament, going to Iowa, that's a place where they pound the rock. They run the football. They need those big offensive linemen. That is an honor to be able to go play for Coach Ferentz. So big deal, and offensive line is going to be huge for the Lynx this year.
3 receivers set, 2 receivers, 2 Knutsons left. That's a senior in the backfield with Veld is number 7, and Vetchgrenad directly behind him. And it's a kind of a hybrid pistol. They go deep. It is incomplete to Maddox Mueller. He is a senior also. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 17.
Yeah, just a little bit too much mustard on that one. Looked like a good throw, just a little bit out of step with Mueller, who we know has good speed, but I like it. I like going deep on the first play. That's a good idea.
Absolutely. Make sure those safeties are honest and they don't climb into the box, right? Shotgun formation for Knutson. He's got Veschergran with him. Lead block from Veschergran. That's going to be Knutson with the quarterback keeper. He's going to gain roughly about 6, maybe 7 yards. Brings up a 3rd down, the first 3rd down of the 2025 home season here at the Pigskin.
Yep, want to keep this drive going. First big play of the game here. If you'll remember, Briggs Knutson used his legs a few times in that semifinal game on that last drive. I was expecting a little bit more of him running the football last year, but expect a little more this year. I think he's got good wheels.
Hey, hats off to you. Great memory.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down.
I'll never forget it.
3rd down, 11-10. 3rd and 6. Knutson. Motion. Incomplete. Heavy
Wow.
pressure by number 30 for the Stevens Raiders. And
that's Henry Hansen with big-time pressure. Slipped right through.
So it's going to bring up a punting formation for the Lynx, and that's going to be Val Deep for the Lynx. Number 0 for the Raiders, back deep, and that is going to be Kango Tui. That's the best I can do, folks. He's at the 38. Booming kick over the 50. He's going to grab it at about the 35, 45. And he's going to go out of bounds just across the 50. Great field position for the Raiders. Raiders coming into this one 0-1 with a loss to Lincoln last week, 62-14.
Well, and that's nothing to dismiss about Lincoln. Brandon Valley and Lincoln right at the top, 1 versus 2. And this is going to be a nice test for the Lynx. Only gave up 7 points last week against Washington. Starting with a short field. Identity's supposed to be the defense this year, so let's make a play.
Spread offense for Stevens. Lynx are going to go into their 3-4 defense. They actually have 3 safeties on the field, and we'll talk about them a little bit later. Lichtenstein, he's number 12. He's a big quarterback. He motions his receiver from left to right. That's Sullivan. They give it to Sullivan. He is stopped in the backfield, but he's going to try to throw. Incomplete. He did have that receiver open on the sideline on the far side of your screen, the top of your screen, I should say, and it's incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, great play by Chase Leary there to knock that pass away. And Lynx brought pressure right away. Man, he was running for his life. He did not know where to go.
Leary, one of your safeties, along with Stroh, number 24, and 4 is going to be Johnson. They kind of they take a little NFL aspect, right, and have that extra safety in the box once in a while and in coverage. Lichtenstein, motion. That's going to be Sullivan again, right to left. Drops back. Incomplete, as there was a little bit of pressure by number 28 for the Lynx. That's going to be Buckner, and it's a 3rd down and 10. Stevens, really good field position here as they're starting at about right around the 47-ish, right? And Lynx defense, we know, okay, that it's been tremendous. I mean, you win with defense, you win up front, and we've seen already tight coverage from the Lynx.
2 plays, 2 big-time pressures. Let's see if there's a third here.
Spread. 3 receivers to his right. That's your quarterback Lichtenstein. He completes it. No, it's going to be knocked out by number 23 for the Lynx, and that's going to be Mandery, and it's going to bring up 4th down punting formation coming from that sideline for the Raiders. Back deep, the dangerous number 17. Last year we had Delaney, right? And now we have Pudwell.
Yes, he's the next guy. He's going to be the stud. Lots of studs on this Lynx team, but, man, hurts having Delaney in Brookings now. But, I mean, as SDSU fans, we kind of like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, Pudwell can move. Let's see it.
There's a kick, a booming kick, going to drive him all the way back to the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. The Lynx are going to start with their second possession. We're 10:36 to go, or I should say to go in the first quarter already, as we've seen a lot of things in the air, right?
Yes.
No running really, except for that end around kind of with Sullivan, or as a jet motion for the Raiders. And so that clock hasn't been moving. We'll see what the Lynx can actually do offensively on their second series here.
Yeah, I really think they're going to come out here and they're going to establish the run. They didn't move the ball too much on their first drive. They want to start chewing some stuff up here, and they got the right guy in Levi Veskerna.
Knutson. He's got Veld right to his right, along with Veskerna right in back of him. Big hole up the middle. He's loose, and he's going to get up to about the 35, maybe the 36. That's working their market. Second series, one play, one first down.
Yep.
Keep him moving.
Love it. Lucas Marcus on the stop for Stevens, but you're going to be seeing that a lot. You're going to be seeing chunk plays of 10, 15, 20. At the same rate, you usually see runs of 3, 4, and 5. That's the kind of kid Veskerna is.
That's going to be Blomgren to his right. He's going to motion number 7 that's going to be Veld, his fullback. Play action. They're going deep to him. They got him. First down and more. He's going to be brought down all the way down to the 25 across the 30. That's going to be Blomgren. We said it pre-snap, right? He went right to him.
Yep.
Man-to-man coverage.
Yep, and you pull those defensive players in, those linebackers and those safeties in just a little bit because they're saying, hey, they're going to establish the run. Just like I said, they need to establish the run here. All of a sudden, shows you how much I know. They run the ball once, then they immediately catch him on the play fake. Little underthrown, but a good one by Knutson. Jack Blomgren didn't call his name too many times last year. Expecting big things out of that young man.
Big man-to-man coverage as they want to stack that box to stop the run for the Lynx. Pistol formation, Knutson. He's given it to Veskerna. Breaks the tackle, goes across the 20. They are in the red zone for the first time this evening. It's going to bring up a second down in about 4 for the Lynx.
Well, and that's what Veskerna is so good at. He's good at getting to that second level. And what we mean by the second level, you get past that defensive line, get into those linebackers. You know, he left linebacker Samuel Brink in the dust there. He is always pushing, zipping right through with that big offensive line.
Absolutely. Scoreboard hasn't changed now. It has 2nd and 4 from the 18. Just over 9 minutes to go. First quarter. Lynx driving in the red zone. They have Blomgren for his second catch, and that's the second biggest catch as the first touchdown of 2025 on the home field goes to the Lynx.
Yep. No better way to celebrate the 25th Pigskin Classic with a beautiful pass right down the middle. I told you, man, we expect some big things from this Jack Blomgren. You're going to be seeing a lot of that this year.
Yeah,
Blomgren, he's a heck of an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, even with that deep pass, right, he had to adjust, and there was good coverage there. And he's a taller receiver, and a beautiful throw. Both throws from Knutson. Touchdown, 6-0 on Mitzel. Good left-footed kicker. Lynx 7-0. 2025 Pigskin Classic. Lynx trying to move to 2-0 in this early season.
Yeah, and it was a great mix of run and pass there. That's what you want to see. Almost split down the middle, establish the run, get Veskerna loose. You know, draw those defenders in, and then all of a sudden, over the top, wide open down the middle of the field. And that was really a heck of a catch by Blomgren on that deep pass, too, because those passes where you got to make that Willie Mays type catch, he did, and you said he slowed down, adjusted for it. That is not an easy catch to make, a really athletic play.
Very, very good play by that receiver. And then all of a sudden, number 11 catches a slant pattern, right?
Yep.
The biggest part of that was he broke a tackle and found the end zone.
Yep. These are Lynx got some slippery wide receivers and running backs, I can tell you that.
As it's going to be on to kick is going to be number 60. No, actually, is it 62? sometimes, so these black and red jerseys are really hard to see.
They are.
And so we'll get you here. I think it's Mitzel, but it may not be. It's going to be 83 on to kick for the Lynx.
Braden Condon.
Condon on to kick for the Lynx, up 7-0. 9:04 to go. First quarter. Boy, is it fun to be back with you.
Onside kick, and they got it.
Boom! Yeah, and right there across the 45. Hey, what I like about this coaching staff is that they're super aggressive, right? And that shows right there that we're going to be super aggressive in this. You saw the deep throw last possession, right?
Yep.
We all think they're going to run. No, we're throwing, and now we go with the onside kick. Surprise.
Yeah, surprise. and they must have seen something. They must have known something. But that's what happens sometimes in these high school games, man. You let your guard down for 1 second, somebody will catch you.
Number 2 is going to be Mueller atop the formation. 2 tight end set, and that's Knutson. Play action again. He's going to go deep, and it's going to be a little overthrown. Great coverage by number 16 for the Stevens Raiders, and that's going to be, it looks like I don't even have it on my call sheet here.
That was Lucas Marcus on the coverage.
Lucas Marcus. It looked like they were in a cover 2, I believe, because the safety sat back.
Yep.
And actually covered about a quarter of the field or half the field each. Second down and 10 from the 41. Pistol formation. Veld to his left. That's Knutson. Gives it to Veshkerna. Big chunk of yards. He's going to go, and he's scampering. He's all the way down to the 20, past the 20-yard line, into the red zone, down to the 16. First down Lynx.
Yep, he just, again, leaving 2, 3, 4 players who are trying to wrap him up, and they just can't because he's strong and he's quick and he's slithery, man. He will always break one tackle. Every single time it feels like he touches the ball.
Just spinning and moving, right? Keeping going forward, right? As that's going to be a first down for the Lynx. 2 tight end motion there. That's going to be Dowd also in the backfield. Direct snap to Veshkerna. He cuts outside, cuts it back in. He finds the end zone. Doesn't touch the carpet at all. Touchdown.
Oh, man, unreal. Nothing fancy about it, just good old power football. Take that snap, go right up the gut, and you just push everybody out of the way until you get 6. We love it. Levi Veshkerna, stud, star, just like his dad.
And what I like we talked about, Kyle, in the last series, this is Series 3, Lynx up 13-0, but those deep shots, right, that they're taking makes those safeties stay honest. They can't come into the box.
Yes, and just when you think that the Lynx are going to pound the rock, then throw it, get the extra point here.
Mitzel. Hold from Stroh. It is good. 14-0 Lynx. 8:20 to go in the first quarter. It's a slow-moving quarter, but the Lynx 2 for 3 on 3 possessions with 2 touchdowns.
Yep, back-to-back scores here. Lynx catch Rapid City Stevens napping with that beautiful onside kick. Team after my own heart. Onside kick surprise, and the kicker recovers. We love to see it. But, yeah, this Lynx offense, this is just proof of what this Lynx coaching staff knows. We're thinking they're going to come in against Stevens, who just gave up 62 points. They're going to run the ball, and eventually pop it deep. They're doing the opposite.
Absolutely.
You know, they're throwing to set up the run, and they're going to
Right.
let Veshkerna eventually. He is just going to explode like he did on that last drive.
That's a sign of a really, really good coaching staff, as Coach C has his coaching staff, and a lot of tenured coaches, even from Coach Garrow.
Yep.
Basically everybody's there. And
Yep.
Coach Garrow's, AJ Garrow's on the staff too, and it's just amazing, right? There's the fireworks. We have fireworks after every score for the Lynx. Maybe Kyle knows, but the backyard, if you look to your right, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on your screen, but there's a host of about, I would say, 25 to 30 people outside the fence, right?
Yeah. Why don't they have to pay?
Right.
Why aren't they watching us?
They must get in for free through the fence, right?
Yeah,
Looking
they must.
through the fence.
Yeah.
Because they light the fireworks off.
Yeah, it's got exactly. Well, so I guess we'll give them a pass.
There you go.
We'll let them watch for free.
There's a dribbling kick all the way down to the 30, and we'll get the return number there as it's going to bring their second possession. That's going to be Stevens' second possession. I believe they're going to mark it at about the 36, and that's where Stevens' offense is going to start.
Well, and I'll just say really quick, going back to the fans quick, I'm looking around this crowd, and I'm seeing people in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. They're not parents. They're not grandparents. They're fans. They
Right.
love the town, which means they love their football team. It's a really tight-knit community still here in Brandon Valley.
Absolutely. Lichtman Skeen, quarterback, completes his first pass of the day. He's going to go to his receiver. That's going to be Perigo, Perigo with the reception, brings up a second down and about 3, maybe 4, right at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice little play there. Breaking Mandery's tackle, getting a couple of extra yards.
Lichtenstein in the backfield, shotgun formation. He's got 2 receivers to his left and right along with his running back. And there's a fake. It's a quarterback keeper. He may have got an inch on that, maybe.
Maybe.
Third down.
Yeah, nice stop by Will Bunker at the bottom of that pile. Little slow going off, but he'll check out now. And Cooper Veld will check in for the Lynx, number 29. Lichtman
at quarterback. He is a big quarterback as he sits at, well, I'll give you here in just a moment, 6'3", from that quarterback position. I think we have a new quarterback into the ball game. That's going to be number 3 for
Austin Floor.
Floor is number 3 for the Raiders. Floor. As Lichtenstein went to the sideline after that huge hit, and you can see him. We can see him on the track. He's struggling a little bit back there. Hopefully he's okay.
Yep, hoping so. And Lynx, I'm sure, will welcome Austin Floor to the game with open arms.
Floor, 3rd down and 8. Spread formation. They do not change the offense with Floor. Floor with the quarterback keeper. He is brought down, and it is a sack by number 16 for the Lynx. That's going to be Ahmad.
Yep, nice play by him. And I told you they were going to welcome him with open arms. Open arms all the way to the sack.
Big sack there, brings up 4th down. Punting formation for Stevens, as that's going to be Floor back to punt for the Raiders. Pudwell sitting at about the 23. Let's see how big special teams comes into play here. It's already been huge. Line driver to Pudwell, and that's what he wants. Breaks a tackle, and he is loose. There is no flag. He's going down the sideline, and he's going to cross the 50 all the way down to about the 42-ish, 41, and that's where the Lynx, with great field position on this Series 4, still with 5:52 to go, first quarter.
Yep, referee picked up the flag, so nothing going there. Just a nice return by Nolan Pudwell. Every time he touches the ball, something special seems to happen.
Absolutely. As he lost about 2 yards, and then he gains about 35, right? As that was a line drive kick, and that's what a kick returner or punt returner wants. That's going to be Knutson, the senior, in the backfield with a senior also, and Veshkerna with Veld, his fullback, and Dowd. Veshkerna already has a touchdown. Looks like a face mask,
yep.
And that's where the flag is going to come from. I don't know. I mean, we're a ways from the field, but I could see it.
Yeah, that one was pretty obvious. Aiden Jacobs just got a little bit too much of the old mask there. Nothing intentional, just trying to make a play.
And it's going to be an automatic first down, and they're going to drive it all the way to the 30-yard line. That's where the Lynx are going to be first down and 10 from the 30, trying to get into that red zone, that 20 to the end zone or even into the end zone here for the third time early in this one. Knutson, big plays from the air. Veshkerna, big plays from the ground, along with the receiver, Blomgren, with big catches and a touchdown so far in this one. Blomgren to his left, his early target favorite. Oh, and he goes to Mueller. I believe it's going to be intercepted. No, they call it incomplete.
Yeah, tough one, tough drop. And they're lucky that Jet Vifquane was just a little bit too slow get there. But sometimes that happens. You put it right on the wide receiver's hands, gets tipped up in the air.
Good eyes.
Good throw. Good throw by
Good
Knudsen.
eyes, Kyle.
Yeah,
You got that defender right on the money.
Well,
they are.
I just put in new contacts yesterday.
There you go. That helps all the time.
It does.
Mueller, number 2, at about the 30, where you can see on, and they look like they're going to go from a slant. No, they're going to give it to Veshkerna. It's a handoff on second down and 10. He's going to gain about 4 yards. He's going to bring up a third down and 6. We'll see if this is 4-down territory if the Lynx do not grab that first down, as Knutsen's going to go back to the huddle. You remember the days when, like, Marceau and Sumner had to come to the sideline and get the play?
Oh, yeah. I remember those days. Maybe in some stadiums they still have to, for all I know.
Absolutely. 2 tight end formation. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Lynx. That will drive them back 5 yards. So it's going to be second down. The scoreboard says second down and 6. It's third down and 6, as it's going to drive them back to about roughly, we'll just say, third down and 11 from the 31.
Yeah, and I like this. I mean, nobody likes a penalty, but I'm interested to see what the Lynx dial up here on third and long.
As one receiver to his right and left, that's going to be Knutsen. And pistol formation, Veshkerna. They're going to give it to him. Third down and 11, and they almost grab that first down. They're going to be short by 2, as it's going to be a gain of 9 down to the 22. Fourth down. It looks like they're going big formation. They're going to go for it on fourth.
They're going to power football this thing, but hey, we've said that before, but then they all of a sudden, they catch Stevens napping. Look for something. Look for the play fake. Look for the deep pass. If I had to put my money on it, though, I think Veskerna's getting this football.
I agree. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends left to right. They're in motion. That's going to be Veld. They give it to Veshkerna. He's going to grab the first down and more. He is loose at the 10. Touchdown! Lynx. Veshkerna with his second touchdown of this evening. First quarter.
Yes. Still lots of time left in this first quarter. Man, you live by stacking the box. You die by stacking the box, because if you get to that second level, you're gone. It's over. It's done. Stevens sold out. Veshkerna made him pay.
20-0. Mitzel on to kick his third extra point attempt this evening. He's 100%, 2 for 2 so far. Stroh to hold. That's number 24, kneeling at about the 10. Mitzel. Snap. Up. Good. Splits the uprights. 21-0. The number 1 ranked team in 11 AAA out to a big lead with 3:30 to go, first quarter.
Well, and I think you and I were maybe looking at each other after that first drive for the Lynx and being like, what's going on here? Like, that was a little sluggish, but, sometimes you just got to get the jitters out. Home opener, I got here at 5:20, and the crowd was already packed. These guys are fired up and ready. The student section's ready. Lynx just had to settle down and say, hey, we're just playing football here, boys.
And the Booster Club does what a great job they do, right?
Oh.
Support the Booster Club, folks. If you're out there and you haven't yet, support them, because all day there's been events from 3-on-3 basketball in the right outside the high school here in the parking lot. There's just been events all day, and the Booster Club is the one that kicks that off, and it's just a big deal. And the Brandon Valley Booster Club is amazing.
Yep, they are. Love that 3-on-3 tournament, too. I was part of it. I made the Brandon Valley Challenger one time. I'm very proud of that fact.
Wow.
Just right on the front. I don't know why they picked me. I should have been kicked off the team. I was terrible.
Fielded at the 20. That's going to be number 13, I believe, for
That's Perigo.
Perigo with the kickoff return, and I believe he's going to bring it right at the 30, and that's where Stevens is going to start their fourth possession of this one. Floor is still in the ball game. That's the backup quarterback for Stevens. He's number 3 as Lichtenman Skeen took a big hit on a quarterback keeper last series, and he hasn't come back out to the field. Floor, 2 receivers to his right. He also has his running back. The running back does not have 1 carry in this one so far. He gives it to Perigo. They try a reverse, and it doesn't work, but it does work for the Lynx. Big pickup, turnover, first one of the ball game, first down Lynx, and they're in the red zone.
Yep. First and goal, I think even. Boy, Will Bunker, I tell you, you've called his name a few times already. He's making some big-time splash plays for this Lynx defense.
Hey,
I'm
reading
loving
it was slow moving, right?
Yep.
If you're going to have that jet motion, okay, give it, and then have a reverse come from the other, it's got to be fast, right? It can't be slow, and it was pretty slow at that point.
You got your backup quarterback in, too. They don't have as much flow as that number 1 guy in there. I don't like that play call.
Knutson,
well, I do, but
pistol formation, direct snap to Veshkerna. Third touchdown of this game. He does not find his pad level, doesn't find the turf again. He was hit, but he stayed up. Touchdown.
Yep, and that's what he does. He not only has speed, he is a bruiser. He likes to get the contact. He likes going right between the center and the guard. It doesn't hurt either when one of your guards is Hudson Parliament, but hey, this is a special kid.
Agreed. Touchdown, his third of this ball game. That's going to be Veshkerna, number 31. You've seen a lot of him last year. You will see a lot of him this year. Mitzel, extra point is good. 4 for 4 in the first quarter. If we asked anybody, has Mitzel ever been 4 for 4 in the first quarter of a ball game? What do you think they would say?
I would guess no. It couldn't probably be. Geez, this is looking like the Gopher game earlier today. 28-0. Boy, that was But yeah, I'm liking the way the Lynx are just they are out here and they want to make a statement. They want to make a statement to their home crowd. They want to make a statement to the rest of South Dakota and saying, hey, everybody's talking about Sioux Falls Lincoln. We're still here, baby.
And we showed you a little bit through the air, right? We can complete passes. We can get in the end zone. But our bread and butter is handing it to 31 and letting him roar down the field. And he's got 3 touchdowns behind that big offensive line.
It's all working so far. Loving what I'm seeing. Defense is clamping down, giving the Lynx some short fields as well. Don't forget that.
Extra possessions in football games are key. You win the turnover battle, you win up front, you win football games, period.
Almost every time.
Kicking formation for the Lynx, 28-0, 3:16 to go. That's going to be Perigo again. Takes it at about the 30. That's where he's going to be met by a host of Lynx. 3:11, first quarter, Lynx up by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, number 26, Andrew Gray at the bottom of that pile. Nice play by the Lynx special teams. But, yeah, man, oh, man. Slow start for the Lynx offense, but it's been clicking. It's been clicking ever since.
Absolutely. We'll touch on the Lynx defense. I know we didn't introduce the Lynx defense, but we'll touch on those in a little bit, and we'll give you all the starters for the Lynx defense in just a moment. As that's going to be Floor. He's got 3 receivers to his right at the bottom of your screen, 1 to his left at the top. There's a quick pass, almost a screen pass. and that's going to be number 13, Perigo, and that's going to bring up a second down and about 5. He gains 5 on that catch. Early in this ball game, it's been that wide receiver for the Raiders and basically nobody else.
Yeah, I think they know who their stud is, and if they have any chance, they know it's got to be him. Nice play by Camden Christian on the stop, by the way.
Same formation for Floor and the Raiders. Lynx looking like they're going to blitz. They do bring some heavy pressure, and there's a sack. And it's going to be number 24, I believe, for the Lynx, and that's going to be Stroh as he grabbed that sack. Am I correct?
Yep, Britton
All right,
Stroh.
awesome.
Britton Stroh on the stop. Heck
That's
of an athlete, just like his sister who plays volleyball.
Yeah, so 3 safety sets, right, in their defense allows them to play with the blitz too, right? When you have 3 safeties are typically really good tacklers too, and you come off the edge with them. Boy, what a recipe for success on defense. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He's got a tight end along with him. Pass is complete. That's going to be the second first down of this ball game for the Raiders. That's going to be pass complete to the tight end. That's going to be number 84, I believe, for the Stevens Raiders.
That's Jace Gingras.
Gingras, and he's a big tight end. As you can see on your screen, he's going to come down. He was in tight end formation. Now he's spread out wide as split formation, 2 by 2 here for the Lynx. That's going to be Floor running back to his left. They give it to him. No action. Sack! Second sack of this series. And on that one is going to be, I believe, I'm going to let you call that number, Kyle. I think it's 15.
Yep, that's Carson Hartz, the senior. Getting some significant playing time. Didn't get a lot of time last year. Defensive end, stud.
Absolutely. That's a big stop, as they only had to bring 4 against a 5-man offensive line. And when you can create that pressure like that, it makes everything else go really well for a defense. Williams with a blitz. Great coverage by number 21, the corner for the Lynx, and that's going to be, well, it's actually not a corner. He's listed as a safety. That's going to be Leary, and he's been big already in the first quarter.
He has been. We got a flag down here. And it looks like they're moving it back.
It did bring up second down and 17.
Nope.
So pass interference by 21.
But still not enough for the first down.
Brings up a second down and about 2, maybe 3-ish. We'll see where they mark it. Right at about the 49-ish. Floor. Motion. That's going to be Sullivan. Drops back, has a receiver, out of bounds, too far out of bounds, as he did have that receiver between that zone, right? And it was potentially a big play for Stevens. Out of bounds, incomplete. Third down and 2.
Yeah, he may have even gotten a little shy there. He heard a couple of Lynx defenders coming up on him. But, yeah, good throw. I got to tell you, this backup QB, Austin Flora, that was a pretty darn good throw. Put it only where the receiver could get it.
Absolutely. We'll see if if the Lynx defense knows that Stevens, the Raiders, like to kind of swing the ball out, and they do right there. They try to go to Sullivan on those quick passes. That's incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. Interesting call here by the Raiders. Do they keep their offense on the field with 35 seconds to go? First quarter, it looks like they're going to. Lynx defense has just got to stay home. Defensive end, stay home. Watch for Floor trying to run, right? Getting outside the pocket, kind of collapse him, surround him, kind of suffocate him a little bit inside that pocket. That's Floor breaking the huddle. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He also has the running back right next to him. Blitz. Give to the running back. That's number 26. Devine, and he's going to grab the first down. I believe that's his second carry of this ball game, but it's his biggest carry as he crosses the 50 all the way down to the 47, as that's a big first down for the Raiders. 25 seconds to go. First quarter, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, along with Devine to his right. Lynx bring in 4. They get pressure with 4, and that's all they needed, as number 15 is there again for the Lynx.
Going Hearts once again.
Second sack of this series, and that's going to do it for the first quarter, folks. Welcome to the Pigskin 2025 here in Brandon, South Dakota, and the Lynx are putting on a big performance, and the first 12 minutes of this one, 28-0.
They just put up more points than how many years the Pigskin Classic has been going, and it's been going for 25 years. They just put up 28. Boy, that was that's one of the more impressive first halves I've seen in a long time.
That's
here at this
great
field.
knowledge.
Yeah.
That's great knowledge. What I call it, Kyle, is you go back in the think tank, right?
Yep.
The think tank.
Yeah.
And
most people just say, how the heck do you remember this crap? And you can't remember
it.
Yeah. Right.
Let's go over our Lynx TV sponsors, because they're the reason we're able to do this evening, and support them as you travel to their businesses around the area.
Yep, we appreciate it. And, I mean, everybody's got to be happy to see this great performance by the Lynx. Thanks to our Lynx All-American sponsors, Alliance Communication, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our Lynx MVP sponsors, First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health of Brandon, Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and our Lynx champion sponsors, Alliance Communication, American Family and the Josh Koob Agency, Arrowhead Automotive, Axiom Construction Group, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Bourne and Gruning Heating and Air Conditioning. Name the last few after this play.
Absolutely. First down second down and 13. There was a penalty on the field, as that's a quick pass to Sullivan. He's going to get nothing, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Third down and 13 from the 50.
Dylan Williams on the stop for the Lynx. The last few Lynx champion sponsors are Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Northwest Tire, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, sponsors, for what you do and why we're able to do this evening and all throughout the football season, basketball season, soccer season, volleyball season, as we move with Lynx TV here in Lynx country. Floor, third down and 13, rolls to his left, good pass. Let's see if it's complete. Incomplete. Fourth down and 13 from the 50.
Yeah, I'm thinking Parago's foot may have just been out of bounds as he went back to get that. But, yeah, good-looking throw by Floor. He's had a couple of nice balls here so far in this game, but this Lynx defense just too much up to the task.
Yeah, as number 3 for the Lynx is deep, and that's going to be Mueller. As I like what the defensive coaching staff did there is you want to flush a right-handed quarterback. Where do you want to flush them? You want to flush them to their left instead of their right. It's unorthodox coming to their right. Great pressure. There is the punt. It's a line drive. I believe it's going to go out of bounds. It does. We'll see where they mark it. First possession for the Lynx in this second quarter, and that's going to start at the 13.
Yeah, I like this too. The Lynx have had some short fields. They got a couple of turnovers, and I'm excited to see. I would love to see a long, nice, sustained 12, 13 play drive here. Really, really establish something.
Drive that clock down, right? As we are still in the shadows of the trees to your right. As you can see on the right of your screen, you can see the shadows from the sun from the Stevens players and the Lynx players. That's going to be Knutson. He motions Mueller. Mueller with a big play up, crossed about the 20 to about the 22. Doesn't pick up the first down. They're not going to move the sticks. Maybe they're going to bring – oh, they are. They're going to move it as Mueller seen nothing outside. Typically, your receivers, right, they're going to try to get outside the numbers, outside the hash. He cut up inside the hash as almost like a running back and grabbed that first down.
Our BV players, they're tough. They don't shy away from nothing. That's Coach C style, baby.
First down and 10, 23. And that's going to be on the carry. That's going to be number 3. That's going to be Mueller from the backfield. And he's going to gain a chunk of yards, as it's going to be a gain of about 7. Second down and 3. Little over 10 minutes as the refs are there. Going to stop the clock as number 30 is on the turf for the Raiders, and that's going to be Henry Hansen. As the Lynx are going to come over here. Let's talk about, since we have a little break in the action.
Sure.
We did not introduce to our fans out there the Brandon Valley defensive starters.
The biggest stars of all so far in this game.
Absolutely.
Defensive end, number 15, Cohen Hart's called his name a number of times already in this game. Number 67, the senior, nose guard, Tone Ledbetter. Number 42, the sophomore, defensive end, Makai Zocker. He had 4 sacks and 5 tip passes last year. Outside linebacker, number 1, Dylan Williams. Number 0, Miles Folkin. Number 28, Will Bunker. Number 21, Chase Leary. Number 4, Gavin Johnson. Britton Stroh. Number 24, number 23, Gage Mandery. And number 17, the playmaker, Nolan Pudwell.
Second down, 3, Knutson. Pistol. Tip pass as number 4 for the Raiders is right in Knutson's face. That's going to be Aiden Jacobs.
Yeah, he slipped right on through. Nice play.
Biggest third down of the second quarter, early in the second quarter as we go below 10 minutes in the first half. Links up. If you do not see it on the bottom of your screen, it is 28-0. It was all Lynx in the first quarter. Knutson in a pistol formation. He's got Veld to his left. That's number 7. And he's got Mueller directly behind him. He breaks loose and he goes across the 35, grabs that first down, makes that sideline move those chains. First down, Lynx.
Yep, that's number 3, Maddox Miller, getting some nice playing time. Third run for him, and he's looked sharp. Him and his brother Maddox Miller, who's a senior, number 2.
As giving Veskerna a little bit of breather. He's got 3 touchdowns. He was kind of the MVP of that first quarter along with that offensive line and the defense. Knutson gives it to Mueller again. Big block by Veld, the fullback, as he's going to go over the 40 down to about the 42. That's where they're going to mark him down. It's going to be a gain of 5. I know I was super excited about it. And the reason I was super excited, Kyle, is Veld had a great block and kicked out that linebacker.
Man, you and I are just in sync. You and I are man after our own heart. A fullback blocking, baby.
Right.
That's some old-fashioned football that we love to see.
The unsung hero in that backfield.
Darn right.
Second down and 5. Lynx driving under 9 minutes. First half. That's going to be Knutson, the senior. He's got Mueller, direct snap like it was to Veld to Veskerna, and that's going to be Mueller with his 3rd consecutive carry of this series. He goes across the 50. He's going to come to the sideline. You can see him in the bottom of your screen, but the biggest point of that is as they cross the 50, great field position, grabs another first down.
It does. Nice looking run, and this is the kind of establishing drive that we were talking about. They are just eating up chunks of yards here on the ground. Love me some ground game.
You lean on the defensive line, and all of a sudden they get really, really worn out. Mm-hmm. Pistol formation, Veld. They go to the air. That's going to be Knutson, a completed pass to his left, a quick pass on the slant, and that's going to be Mueller, and he's going to grab that pass. Maddox Mueller, number 2. So not everybody's confused on that, as number 2 And I know Kyle already said it. Maddox Mueller is a senior. He's number 2 at wide receiver. And the sophomore, number 3, is Ryder Mueller. And he's in the backfield with Veskerna. Motions Veskerna back to the pistol formation. They give it to him. He's stopped in the backfield, and he doesn't care. He gets outside the 40, but I believe it's going to come back as number 2, the wide receiver, Maddox Mueller. I believe he's going to be caught for holding.
One fun play that will not count, but we'll always remember it because he was eaten up in the backfield on that play.
Boy, and to break those tackles and to keep on moving forward is a big deal from a running back position. I believe it's going to be holding.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go from 2nd and 5. It'll go down to 2nd and 10 as the Lynx are going to lose 5 yards there. At the they're going to be right at the 49. Lynx with this long drive. Kyle wanted it, and they're giving it to him. The Lynx offense, Kyle talked about, let's get 11, 12 play drive. We may go beyond that.
Yes, sir.
As it's going to be Knutson in a pistol formation. We've seen this a little bit last year. He has got Veld and Veskerna both to his left. Veskerna stays on his feet, and he is loose across the 30, goes to the 20. He's not brought down, and did he step out of bounds?
Finally did.
And if his pinky toe on his right foot went to touch that white line, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, so much for me. It's impossible to have a long, sustained drive when you got guys like Levi Veskerna running the ball, and you guys got guys like Isaac Mitzel, Cal Weiss, Bangasser leading the way.
How about that offensive line? He is not touched majority of the time, 99% of the time, until the linebacker level. You can see it here. Veskerna breaks a tackle. He's going to be brought down, a short gain there. And as the Lynx drive into that red zone, it's going to go across the 20, about the 15. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6, maybe 5.
Yeah, didn't look like much on that run, but 190-pound running back just smacked a 210-pound linebacker, Bridger Mez, pushed him back about 3 yards. That was impressive.
Veld to Knutson's right. He's got Veskerna along with him. They go to his early favorite target, and does he try to find the end zone? That's going to be Blomgren. He does not, but he's going to grab a 1st down, 1st and goal from the 1. Do they give it to Veskerna for his 4th touchdown of the first half? We'll see. I'd love to give it to Veld, the fullback, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout, Lynx. First timeout of the first half for both teams, and the Lynx take it. They did not like what they seen on the field. Lynx up 28-0 in this first half of Game 2 of the 2025 season, and we're right here at the 25th annual. I took it from you, Kyle. 25th annual Pigskin Classic.
Yep, and I got memories of the first one. I do. I remember being here for it. It's the biggest ticket in town. Houston Speedway is trying to take it away because they've been having some really big-time races going on there. But Pigskin Classic, man, it is the personification of Brandon, South Dakota. It is communities, volunteers of all ages coming, helping out, not because they're getting paid or anything like that, just because they like the town. They want to show the kids a good time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It is driven by the community, right? And is a community gathering. You see the flags all over the place around town, and it's amazing. Lynx going to come out of this timeout. 5:50 to go. You can see on the bottom of your screen. And hats off. Hats off to the film crew for the students that do this. They give you a tremendous vision of what we're calling for you here on Lynx TV. Thank you to them. That's going to be Veld. They're coming out of the timeout. The direct snap. And all Veskerna had to do is cross that end zone plane. Touchdown, his 4th, as he went right behind Veld. 34-0. Lynx.
Nothing fancy, just good old-fashioned power football. You don't mess around when you're at the goal line, no matter what the score is. Punch the ball into the end zone, give your defense a chance.
35-0 as number 83 for the Lynx is on to kick. That's going to be Braden Condon. He's a left-footed kicker also. Mitchell was 4 for 4 in the first quarter. Now Condon on. Botch snap. Stroh does the smart thing and just lays down at about the 16-yard line. Lynx up 34-0, under 5:50 to go. First half. The number one team. No matter, people will argue that, right? Lincoln, BV, Lincoln, yeah. BV, Lincoln. They'll argue it all day. To me, this is the number one team in the state, right? In the AAA, and they're showing it tonight with that scoreboard, 34-0 on top of the Raiders.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a statement game for the Lynx. I thought they were going to come out hot. I was not expecting something quite like this. You know, they put up 28 against Washington, who's, they're a fine team, but I think people were a little disappointed, especially the coaching staff, with the offensive performance last week. Defense looked great, but wanted maybe a little more from the offense, and they're definitely getting it here. They've taken advantage of some short drives. They've had some long drives as well. Been good looking all over the place.
It has, and like we talked about, Kyle, and we said this how many years ago when we started this on Lynx TV, calling football games, right, and basketball games back in the day, and we still do it. As when this started, we talked about how do you dominate a football game, right? You dominate up front, that offensive line, and with the tight end, the fullback. That's what's opening up all these holes, and that's why Veskrna has big numbers in the first half with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. Just power football. Games won in the trenches.
Absolutely. Defensively also, look at the Lynx, as you've seen a host of sacks and barely any running game. I mean, the scoreboard takes you out of the running game, right, for the Raiders, but there's no yardage in that backfield, and there's a lot of negative yards in that backfield from the sacks from the defensive line for the Lynx. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. That's Stevens, and Floor still in the ball game. He's number 3 for the Raiders. Rolls right, finds his receiver. He's going to be out of bounds, though. That's Sullivan. It's going to bring up a second down and 10 from directly about, I said the 25. I was mistaken. It was the 26.
Well, how are we supposed to trust you, Ken?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to look over there, and then I'm looking at the scoreboard, right? I try to peek at the scoreboard once in a while. It says 25, but the ball really says 25 and a half. So I always give it a plus and go to the 26.
Round up.
Yep. As Floor, 3 receivers to his right, they like to do this pop pass out of this formation. They don't. They're going to go deep over the middle. Right there is an interception. As there's a flag, I think they're going to get it on Pudwell as unsportsmanlike, I believe. That's my guess. We'll see what they call, but it was a big interception as Pudwell was there to knock it out. He hit the receiver. It may have been a little bit early. I believe they're going to call this back.
Britton Stroh on the INT that we can enjoy for now.
As heavy pressure as the Raiders try to go to the middle of the field, which we haven't seen much of at all, if any, this first half. Everything's been outside the hatches at the numbers for that offense, and now they try to go to the middle, and it doesn't work. But it may work in their favor as Pudwell may have been early. Yeah. It's going to be his first warning, so people are going to ask, well, why is he still in the ball game? I thought targeting, they're kicked out right away, and Coach C wants an explanation of really what happened there. And Pudwell's still in the ball game because it wasn't, to me, it wasn't intentional, right?
No, it wasn't. And Yeah, just a tough play. Sometimes you're a little too aggressive, but yeah, no malice to it. It's just football. Things happen.
They want him to wrap up, get the hands in front before that helmet, and Pudwell was right there. It was kind of a pop play, right? I mean, Pudwell really didn't have. I'm not saying the refs made a botched call or anything like that, but he really didn't have any type. How is he going to avoid that?
Yeah,
I mean, it's really tough.
That's the question when we get all these replays in NFL games and stuff too. People say, "Oh, that was just a vicious hit, helmet to helmet." It's like, yeah, but you're watching it in an instant replay in slow motion. You're not watching the game in real time when things happen in a split second, even at the high school level.
Cover 3 defense, you can see at the bottom of the screen from the Lynx. They're going to roll left with floor. Sullivan was looking forward to open field, and he looked forward too fast, incomplete.
Yeah, that's what happens. It happens in baseball. It happens in football. You take your eye off it for 1 second, and all of a sudden, catch the ball first, then you turn around and make the football move.
It's not there.
Nope.
2nd down and 10, 41-yard line. Stevens trying to cross the 50. Lynx defense has been ferocious all first half. Williams coming off the blitz. He's the linebacker, and he stays home. That was the biggest play by Williams. As you could see, Williams, number 1, the outside linebacker, the senior, right? You can see on your screen. He could have went into the inside, right? I think we've seen that last night. I don't know if anybody watched the Chiefs game and the Chargers game on the NFL.
I did.
Well, that last play that really sealed it when Herbert runs to the outside on the quarterback keeper, Chris Jones really has containment out there, and he decides to go inside the tackle.
Yep.
Herbert says, well, hey, you're going to do that? It's wide open. I'm going to go grab it, and I'm going to slide like a baseball player, and we're going to walk out of here victorious.
Heck of a performance by Herbert, too.
Absolutely. Sullivan. Floor. He goes to Sullivan. It's going to be a pickup of about 2 yards, maybe 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 7. From there, does the Raiders keep their offense on the field? Remember, Floor is also their punter, so you got to watch out as a Lynx special teams defensively. They got to watch out for Floor throwing the ball here too, because obviously he can throw the ball. He's back to punt. Go ahead, Kyle.
Ryder Mueller back for the Lynx.
Big pressure as the Lynx brought basically 8 players, and they were right there almost with the block. I believe that they altered that kick a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
Number 21, Chase Leary, he came in. I think he may have just gotten a fingernail on it or something, but that's all it needs. Trajectory change, good field position for the red and black once again.
Rush punt by Floor, Lynx ball, 3:48 to go. They have 2 timeouts. They're the only team in this ball game to take a timeout in the first half. Knutson, he's in the pistol formation. We've seen that all night. Veld to his right, Veshkerna behind him. It's not going to be Veshkerna. It's going to be number 34 for the Lynx, and that's going to be Camden Christian with his first carry. He's a junior, 5'10 junior for the Lynx, and he's going to grab about 5 yards, maybe 6, brings up 2nd and 4 from the 47.
Boy, it's a good feeling to be able to have Levi Veshkerna, and then you give way to the sophomore Ryder Mueller. Oh, by the way, you got Camden Christian, a really tough player for the Lynx, as your number 3 back. That's not bad.
Absolutely. As Knutson, he has a new fullback in there also, but he's going to go deep, wide open, overshoots his intended receiver. Nobody was there. Blomgren, he wanted him deep, overshoots him there. Incomplete, brings up a 3rd down and 4 for the Lynx. That's number 44 now, Melby into the ball game, the fullback, as Veld's not in there right now either. And so we'll make that change on our sheets here. So that's going to be 44 and Melby. 3rd down, 4 3:03 first half. The scoreboard is right. It is 34-0 timeout. Second timeout by the Lynx. Lynx have 1 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, play clock just running low. Had about 2 seconds left on the play clock, so they got to burn another one. Can't take them home with you anyway. Might as well use them.
Absolutely. Get it right?
Yep.
Lynx all on top of this one. Every facet of the game is really, really going well for the Lynx. Even special teams. Surprise! Second kick of the ball game, kickoff, dribbler intended.
Yep.
Onside
kick.
Our ball.
Yeah, love it. Got a tipped punt. Got pressure on the punter. Forced a bad punt there. The only hiccup, bad snap on the extra point. That's early season stuff. That incomplete pass, by the way, by Knutson. I'll bet you anything in 3, 4, 5 weeks when we get later into the year, he's completing that pass.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to get on pace with his wide receivers a little bit more. Still early in the season, so everybody's still trying to figure each other out.
Absolutely. Great call, Kyle, as the Lynx are going to spread it out a little bit. They also have Dowd tight to the formation. Motion's going to be Miller. Knutson, he's going to go underneath. Great screenplay. We've seen this a ton with Delaney, and now it's Blomgren loose. Cross the 30, puts on a hit offensively, crosses the 20, and it's Lynx first down. Did we see that a lot last year on that screenplay from the outside hash for Delaney, and now Blomgren is the receptionist of that one.
Yeah, and you're going to have how do you replace a guy like Landon Delaney? You don't. You find a few other guys that can pick up the slack. So now instead of one guy getting a lot of it's Mueller. It's going to be Dowd, the tight end. Blomgren on that play, and you got Nolan Pudwell.
Blomgren again from Knutson, cuts it up the hashes. He finds the end zone. Second touchdown of this first half this evening for Blomgren from Knutson. Knutson's second passing touchdown. Lynx go over exactly at 40 points. First half, 2:25 to go. Lynx on top of the Raiders on this Saturday matinee here in Brandon, South Dakota.
I mean, what else is there to say? It's a drubbing, baby, and Lynx came to play today.
Number 83, Condon on, Stroh to hold. Condon's first attempt. The last one was botched. It is up, and it looks just like Mitzel's did from the left-footed kicker. Up and good. 41-0, 2:25 to go. First half in this 11 AAA matchup. Your Lynx up big.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time we put up 40 in the first half against anybody. Doesn't happen too often. Yeah. But like we said, the Lynx really wanted to make a statement today, I think, in this game for the rest of the state. Like you said, they wanted to prove that they were the number one team after last week. You know, winning by 3 scores. You come out here, put up 6 touchdowns in the first half. Woo!
Great point, Kyle, as it's been all Lynx, and we talked about every facet from special teams to defensively to offensively. Everything's running really, really solid, and that's what the coaching staff wants. Now, the coaching staff's going to go dissect film, and they're going to see mistakes, right, that we don't see. But the coaching staff so far has got to be super happy with coming out on your home field, protecting your home field on game number 2 of the season.
Well, I'm just thinking, too, as we're getting ready for the kickoff here, every Lynx team, volleyball, basketball, football, whatever, they always get better as the year goes on. We always
true.
kind of are scratching our heads after the first 2 weeks of the season. Imagine what this is going to be like in a few weeks, man.
I agree. Low kick, that's going to be taken at about the 25, bringing it about the 31. That's going to be number 25 for the Stevens team, and that's going to be, let's take a look here, Berkey. Landon Berkey with the kickoff return. Lynx still have the scoreboard says 2 timeouts. Yeah, I believe it's 1.
Brad Thorson's running the scoreboard, guys, just so you know. Not pointing any fingers, but it's all his fault.
Raiders offensive possession is going to start at about the 31. That's floor. They're going to go to Sullivan. They love that quick screen. It does work for them there as they're going to pick up a chunk of yards. It's a fumble, or did he laterally pass that? He's going to be down at about the 38. Brings up a second down and 3.
Yeah, I think he was down before that ball came loose.
Second down and 3. Under 2 minutes to go. As the Lynx are in no hurry to take that next timeout, we'll see what they do if it gets to third down here. Second down and 3. Floor, quick pass to number 13, missed tackle. That's going to be Perigo with the reception. Do they move the chains? No, it's going to be third down. No, they're going to stop it. Do they want a measurement? No, they're going to move it. So it's going to be first down. That will stop the clock briefly at 1:24.
Yeah, Rapid City Stevens not taking a timeout either. The clock's winding. I think they see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
At least in this first half, and try to regroup, get something together in the second half.
Absolutely. Going to halftime, take a breather, right? It's been a slow-moving first half, as it's been a lot of ground games, some passing in the air. Floor. Perigo again with the reception, his second consecutive reception. He's going to gain about 2-ish yards. It's going to be down at about the 43, second down and 8 from there. Under 1 minute, 40 seconds to go here for this first half.
I'm wondering if they'll just run it here. Yep.
Good call, and it is stuffed right there by number 15 for the Lynx. That's going to be Hartz again on the tackle. He's been all over the place.
Yes, sir.
And I believe, well, we have a timeout by the Raiders. They want to keep that offense. They want points, right? They ran the ball. Do you really want points?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the strategy is here. I'm not sure. Maybe they're talking about what they're going to have for their halftime snack. I don't know. It could be anything.
I'm a little confused, but hey, that's the way it is. So third down and 10 from the 41. And the Lynx, I want you all to stay tuned also at halftime, as you're going to have a special performance by the Lynx Marching Band. I can see it to our right, and it looks fantastic. You all watch at halftime. Stay tuned.
As Bob Logan says, best marching band in the country.
There we go. As you can see, it is a host of zero coverage for the Lynx. Everybody's at the line of scrimmage. Floor. He's going to go deep. It is caught, and did you know that is going to be interference? I mean, it was
a lot of hand fighting going on.
Well,
some refs call it, some don't. And, some let them play. Not this time.
So tell me, it's not a spot foul, right? In high school?
Yep.
Or is it?
Nope, it's just 15.
15. But actually, think about this now, Kyle. They still have 2 timeouts in their pocket, right?
Yep.
No, maybe 1. Stevens. And that timeout was actually a great call.
Yeah. Ended up working in their favor. Try to get in the field goal range.
Man coverage all across the board for the Lynx. Floor rolls. He wants number 19. It's not there. It is caught by number 19 for the Raiders. That's going to be Waddle with his first reception. Boy, did he adjust.
He did, and no Lynx player looked back for the ball. No Lynx player looked at his eyes, apparently, because I've heard that's a place you can look to.
Right. That's going to be a timeout for the Raiders, as we questioned that, kind of questioned the coaching staff, right? Well, didn't really question. We just really, we would have did something different.
Yeah,
right?
And they were stuck. They felt like maybe they were stuck, and maybe they saw something or whatever. Or they just said, you know what, we're down 41-0. We need to put points on the board. We have to throw it deep, and they did the last couple plays, and it's worked out for them.
Yeah, and it surprised us because they just ran the ball. They got stuffed, right?
Right.
Now we call a timeout. We got 22 seconds left on the clock. What are we going to do? Well, they must have seen that we were in man coverage and they thought we could get a penalty on a pass interference. We're going to go deep with it and see if we can get one. Hey, man, it has worked.
Yeah, it worked.
1st and 10 inside the red zone. This is going to be the first red zone play for the Raiders in this first half, and they're going to begin with 6 seconds to go on the scoreboard. They're going to begin at about the 6. That's going to be Floor. He's got 3 receivers to his right. He's got 1 to his left. His early favorite has been Sullivan. He's not on the field right now. Perigo is. They go to Perigo. No, they go backside. Great defense by number 34 for the Raiders, as he actually had to start playing defense on that one because it would have been an interception. That's number 34 for the Raiders, and that's Waddle.
And it looks like they are going to kick here.
As on the field for the first attempt at points this evening inside the red zone is going to be number 90. Let me take a look here. 96, that's going to be Isaac Irving. It is down. Snap. Heavy pressure. There are the first points for the Raiders as they took their timeouts at the appropriate time. They put their first points on the scoreboard. They spoil the shutout in the first half for the Lynx. 41-3 on Pigskin Classic 2025, the 25th year. Like Kyle said, the annual 25th year. Wow, that's been a long time. And what Kyle and I are going to do now is we're going to hand it off to our microphones, right? And we're going to allow you to watch this special presentation. As Kyle just said, I'll let Kyle talk about it a little bit, what Bob Logan says about our marching band.
Best darn marching band in the country. And you know, we live in the apartments behind the Pizza Ranch, so every night we open the windows during late summer and early fall, and we get to listen to the band every single night practicing. We love it. As I always said, a marching band and drum line never made anything worse. That's all I can say.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good analogy on that, as Bob Logan calls it the best marching band, and we listen to Bob Logan a lot, and all of you have for a long, long time. Hey, hats off to you.
That's the real voice of the Lynx.
Yeah, I completely agree, as we're going to let you enjoy this special presentation of the Lynx Marching Band at halftime. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Against the Grain draws an inspiration from the untamed spirit of the wilderness, its strength, resilience, and quiet beauty. Musically, the production spans a wide emotional landscape. The Grit of God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash, the sweeping grandeur of Pines of Rome by Otorino Respighi. The Powerful Resolve of Finlandia by John Sibelius. And The Reflective Elegance of Norwegian Wood by the Beatles. Together, these works create a soundscape that moves from raw power to serene reflection, evoking the timeless connection between humanity and the natural world. Directors are Tyler Nettestead, Max Outland, and Devin Malillo. Other staff members, Michael Hoffman, Abby Christensen, Macy Rippentrop, Caitlin Van Dyke, Liz Clune, Mackenzie Griffith, Brady DeBelts, Ike Kellogg, Mason Inslee, Aubrey Lepesky, and Mackenzie Schilling. Drum majors Bella Reif, Ruth Hundy, Ava Bunkers, and Julia Mum. Is your band ready? Brandon Valley Marching Lakes, you may now take the field in exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our halftime performance. The Marching Lynx has a rich tradition of excellence. The band has earned numerous awards in the Midwest region and has participated in many prestigious events around the nation. Next Saturday, the Marching Lynx will travel to the Twin Cities to participate in the Rosemount Marching Band Festival. As always, you can stay up to date with the latest band news by checking out Brandon Valley Band's Facebook page or website. The band would like to send a sincere thanks to many people that have helped our program, including all the staff, parents, equipment, crew, Band Parent Association, faculty, and administration. We appreciate your support. Ladies and gentlemen, your Marching Lynx.
And welcome back to Lynx TV on Channel 226, Alliance Communications, and Lynx TV YouTube around the world. Kyle Roki giving you our color tonight. My name's Ken McEwen. If you're just tuning in, we are at halftime of the 2025 Pigskin Classic, and you can see on your screen that scoreboard is correct. 41-3. It was all Lynx with a pretty good drive by the Raiders to end the half, and they put up 3 points on that field goal. To look at what the Lynx did offensively, Kyle, and it really started with that offensive line opening up holes, but they gave Knutson early on that first score to Blomgren. on that deep pass, they gave him a ton of time to throw that to get Blomgren down the field for the first touchdown.
Yeah, it was a heck of a throw by Knutson, and we kind of talked about it at halftime too. Just, you get into these games where you're not playing a ranked opponent, you're the number one team, and you want to try to establish the run. There's going to be games down the line where it's going to be close, it's going to be late, and he's going to have to make those throws in those games. So to get it now, it's good. It's good. And Blomgren's, he's blowing up, man. I mean, this is a guy who didn't get very much significant playing time for the Lynx last year, and he's been great for Brandon Valley so far. And yeah, good way to set the tone with the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, he's been here his whole school career, and now he's getting the opportunity, and he's making the best of it right now as we speak. Besides the offensive line, with the Lynx, it's always every year. It's the offensive line's amazing, right? It's the MVP of every game, right? Typically, but Veskrna, I mean, he has 4 touchdowns in this first half, and but to think about it, my eyes aren't like super wide because, like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no, it's not surprising. It's not surprising seeing him get to the second level on every single play. It's not surprising. I told you, Levi Veskrna this year, he's going to be breaking off runs of 10, 12, and 15, like 3, 4, and 5 for most running backs. You get a quarterback who can throw the ball, wide receivers who can make plays, a big-time offensive line, and the best running game possibly in AAA. I mean, man, this is going to be a lethal offense, and it already is. They put up 41 in the first half.
Yeah, and defensively, if we flip the switch over to the defense, boy, were they all over the field. You had to be tremendous tacklers when the offense from the Stevens really wants to push you outside the numbers, right, on those quick screen passes, stuff like that, outside the numbers, and the Lynx have been right on the money with that. But really, from that defensive line position, it's been Cohen Hartz and a host of players.
It has. It's been a dominant performance, and I think Stevens thought maybe, just maybe, that they could dink and dunk their way down the field a few times for a couple of scoring drives, and unfortunately, other than that last drive, which Stevens actually looked pretty good with their backup QB in there, it just, the Lynx were ready. They knew exactly what was coming, and they like you said, they playing cover 0 a couple of times. Just everybody getting up in the grill, making them uncomfortable, making them sweat at the Pigskin Classic, and it's a cool night, so we were all expecting to be sweating hard, but Rapid City Stevens has had to earn it. They have had to earn every single yard, and there haven't been many of them, unfortunately. But I think in the second half, I think they'll put something together.
Yeah, and the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, you can see a lot of positives out there on the field, folks. And I'm sure a lot of you are tuning in from way out there, right, west. I mean, like 5.5, 6 hours away, and you're tuning in to Lynx TV, and welcome, by the way, if you haven't been on Lynx TV. We are here for you to bring it live to you when you're not able to come to the ball game 6 hours away, right? And so there's a lot of positives out there too for the Raiders team. You could see that, and Kyle pointed out a little bit. Unfortunately, your quarterback goes out, and Lichtman Skeen. But you can see a little bit of passing talent from Floor, right? There's been some openings there where he's just a little bit off, right? And so that's something to build on. I'm not saying Lichtman Skeen is out for the year or anything like that, but there's things to build on. You have 2 really good receivers, I believe, in Sullivan and number 13, Perigo. And defensively, you've been right around the ball a lot, and it's with the Raiders, and I'll let Kyle bounce off of this a little bit, but there's a lot of things to like about the Raiders team, and hats off to their coaching staff. The foresight to know we're going to call a timeout with 22 seconds to go. Right? It surprised me. It surprised Kyle, right to my right here. why are you calling a timeout? Well, they knew. They knew they could get a pass interference on that cover 0.
Yep.
And they did.
Yep. You get one-on-one. Even if you got a good corner watching you, it's still one-on-one, and there's still a good chance you're going to get that PI call. And they had that deep pass right over where we are, kind of closer into our end zone, into the corner. You had 4 Lynx defenders there, and he just found the pocket. He just found the space. And it was a great adjustment by the wide receiver on that play too. But yeah, man, you got it's tough because they're trying to feed John Paul Sullivan, number 11. They're really trying to get him the ball and get him a little bit of space because we've seen it. He can move a little bit. He's shifting. He's got some moxie to him. And Eden Perigo, same thing. I think some things are going to open up for Stevens here in this second half. They're going to be able to move the ball. And we'll see. And like you said, I like this Austin Floor kid. I do. He's only a junior. He'll probably be playing quarterback for the team next year. Well, he'll be fighting with Lichtmanstein for the starting job next year because both of them, Lichtmanstein's got a little bit of height on him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I kind of like the way that he's played, especially in the backup role. That's not easy to do coming off the bench cold and putting a drive together like that at the end of the half is impressive.
Agreed. 2025 Pigskin Classic on this Saturday, crisp September evening. We're going to go over our Lynx TV sponsors real quick as we're about to boil down into this second half, and I'll let Kyle take over.
Lynx All-American sponsors, thank you to all of our sponsors: Alliance Communication, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling and Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. The Lynx MVP sponsors: First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health of Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our Lynx champion sponsors: Alliance Communication, American Family Insurance with the Josh Koob Agency, Arrowhead Automotive, Axiom Construction Group, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Byrne and Grunig Heating and Air Conditioning, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Northwest Tire, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Foods, and today's Family Dentistry. Thank you to those sponsors. Might even head over to Sunshine after the game, grab myself a DiGiorno, celebrate a nice Lynx win.
There we go. Support those businesses that are supporting Lynx TV, and they're the reason we're able to bring this to you live in 2025 and a host of years, as Kyle Roki is back with me doing the color with me when this all started. This is where we were at, and we haven't missed a beat.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kick, and do the Lynx have it? It's a botched return. We'll see who comes from the pile. It is a Lynx ball.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Jace Gingras, number 84, just having a little bit of trouble for Rapid City Stevens. A lot of those guys not expecting a kick return because they're not back deep, but Lynx have been kicking it short the entire game, and that's why it pays off there.
So Lynx offense coming to the field. We'll see if the starters are out there. It looks like we're going to have a new quarterback. That's going to be number 9, and that's going to be Will Van Leeuwer for the Lynx, and he is a junior, 6'3" junior, and we'll give you the names who's in the backfield. Also, it looks like number 3 for the Lynx offense.
That's Ryder Mueller.
Ryder Mueller. Tight formation. Van Leeuwer with the keeper. Mueller with a big block, as Van Leeuwer is going to gain about, they're going to say, 8 yards all the way down on that first down into the red zone. They're going to mark it down at about the 16, and it looks like we have an injury from the Raiders, and that's going to stop the clock.
Never want to speculate on injuries, but boy, that sure just looks like a cramp, hopefully. We'll see. But this Van Leeuwer kid, by the way, sorry to interrupt you, Ken.
Go ahead.
I'm wondering if he's got any relation to old Jack Van Leeuwer, who was a great quarterback for Brandon Valley, a hero of mine when I was growing up, even spent some time with the Philadelphia Phillies organization. I can't imagine that is his child, but I can't be so sure.
Maybe grandchild.
A grandchild? Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Van Loer, the new quarterback for the Lynx, and he's got Mueller directly behind him. He's going to give it to Mueller. Big hole. He busts loose. Touchdown, Lynx. First possession. Great field position off the special teams. His first touchdown of this ball game. Lynx up 47-3.
Man, oh man! I mean, what else can you do when you get a turnover other than capitalize on it? I'm liking a little thunder and lightning here. We got Vesker now with the thunder. We're gonna have Mueller with the quickness, with the speed to the outside. He's gonna be the lightning. That sophomore. That's a deadly combination right there.
He had a huge hole, and I'm underestimating that hole, right? It was huge, and he picked it apart for the touchdown. That kick is good for the extra point by number 83 for the Lynx. And I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. So the extra point is good as the Lynx go up 48-3, up 45 in this one to open up the second half for your Lynx early. Second half.
Yeah, hopefully Stevens can get their paws on this one and get something rolling here. Looks like Austin Floor, number 3, is getting ready to come back into the game for Stevens.
So Floor, he took over about early second quarter as the starting quarterback for the Raiders. Lichtman-Skeen went out after that quarterback keeper. He was hit pretty hard, and he went to the sideline, and it's been Floor ever since. Number 3, the quarterback for the Raiders. As Condon's on to kick, he just made that extra point for the Lynx. Back teep is Perigo. We've seen him a lot this evening. It's a squib kick. It's taken at about the 30. That's number 25 for Rapid City Stevens, the Raiders. And so I'm going to try to get that number right. That's Berkey. I think it was 25.
Yep.
And that return's going to go all the way up to about the 33, and that's where Stevens is going to start on offense. We've seen some chunk plays by Stevens also. It doesn't matter if it's a penalty or not. That's a chunk play, right?
Yep.
And so Floor, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Spread formation. He also has his running back. He motions Sullivan underneath him. Floor's going to quarterback keep. He slides for about a 2-yard gain, brings up 2nd down and 8 directly from the 35.
Yeah, he just didn't have a lot of options. Just get what you can, slide down, live to fight another play.
2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. 10 minutes on this one in the third quarter. As the Brandon coaching staff, you can see calling out the signals to their defense. And 2 receivers to his right again, 2 to his left. They're moving left to right. They're in the blue and white. Lynx all black with a sprinkle of red in the numbers. Heavy pressure. Floor. He's going to maybe lose a yard, maybe 2 yards there. Heavy pressure coming from the left. Flushed a right. We talked about that in the first half. Where do you want to flush a right-handed quarterback? Left.
Yep.
And that's what they did.
Make him throw it across the grain. A no-no by any quarterback. You do not do that. But, man, while you were looking at the QB, I was looking down for the wide receivers. 3 wide receivers went out there. Not open. Lynx defensive secondary's got him on lockdown right now.
3rd down, 10. Loss of 2 on that one. Floor, 3 receivers to his left. He loves Sullivan on this. He has no time. It is broken up by, I believe, number 45 for the Lynx. and that's going to be Ryan Jarvis.
Yep, first time we've called his name today.
4th down and 10. Is it punting formation? It is. Remember, Floor, we talked about this late in the second quarter. He's the punter, too, and now their quarterback. He can still throw. You got to watch for a spy on that one. Lynx should have a spy on him right now. Punt. It's a good punt. Mueller's going to take it at about the 34, breaks 3 tackles. He's going to go across the 50. I thought he was going to break that one. He doesn't, but a big return by number 3. Crosses the 50 down to the 48.
Man, oh man, let me tell you something, Ken. That is dangerous. Going off that bounce, and you're a split second away from fumbling that football if you don't get it. But he knew. But the best part is, if you get control of it, you almost always break that first tackle, which means you've got some space. You've got prime real estate all the way to the plus side of the field.
Yeah, you get a running start almost, and that's what you want. First down and 10 across the 50. Great field position by your Lynx. Second possession of the second half. They just scored from Mueller on the ground. Van Loer, rocket to number 10. That's a catch by Jewell. Jonah Jewell with his first reception and a great throw by Van Loer.
Yeah, meat-seeking missile, just a laser right in front of us, kind of where we are.
First down and 10, 31, maybe 32. Sometimes I can't really tell. We're at about the 49-50. It's a little deceiving, but I'll look at the scoreboard. It says 31. First and 10, 7 to go, third quarter. Van Loer, pistol. He's got his running back, Christian, in the backfield. He's number 34, his second carry of this one. He's going to gain about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
Yep, like we said, that three-headed monster now. Camden Christian's even got a couple of touches here, but I'm almost wondering if Camden Christian isn't starting for a few of these teams in AAA. Lynx got a very, very, I've been told, a very deep running back room.
Yeah, and he's a junior, number 34, Camden Christian, that Kyle's talking about. And you also have Mueller and Van Loer. Mueller's got 1 touchdown. You have 5 touchdowns from that running back position with Van Loer with 4. Christian breaks a tackle. He keeps people moving, carries a couple defenders, crosses the 25. And they're going to mark it right at the 25. That's an easy mark, as it's going to be a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 25 under 6 minutes, 48-3. It's been all Lynx.
Number 55, James Towie, the junior, on the nice open field tackle for Rapid City Stevens.
As you have Van Loer, pistol. Tight formation to his left. They're going to go to Christian for the 3rd consecutive carry. He breaks the plane, gets into the red zone. First down, Lynx. It's been all Christian on this series. So Lynx go into that red zone for the 2nd time in this second half. You saw Mueller, like we talked about, capitalize on that botched fumble on the opening kickoff, gave the Lynx great field position. Lynx capitalized with a touchdown from Mueller from the running back position. 4th carry for Christian. He carries a couple defenders, and I believe he's going to pick up the first down. No, he's going to be just short, I believe. It's going to be 2nd down and 1 from about the 11. Yeah, we'll say 13. No, I'm sorry. It is actually the 7.
Yep. It's deceiving over here, man.
It is.
I tell you.
Like you can, sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't, right? So I have to look out the other window.
Yeah. We went to a Vikings preseason game this year against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Man, you can't tell if a running back from the end zone is,
Rocket from Van Loer to number 5 for the Lynx. That's going to be Tristan Delaney. It's going to be incomplete. As sometimes a quarterback, right, it's a learning lesson. He didn't really need to fire it that fast.
No.
Right? He was wide open, got underneath the DB, right? Wide open in the end zone. Just kind of give it to him, right? Really just give it to him. It doesn't have to be a tight pass. It's just got to give it to him.
Adrenaline's pumping. First minutes of his varsity career.
3rd and 1.
That's
That
how
one's
you do it.
complete to number 5, Delaney. They just flip the side of the field, right? They go to the top side, slant pattern. Hey, it didn't work that side. I'm just going to deliver it to you on the other side. Delaney's touchdown.
Yep, and number five Delaney with another catch. We're used to that. This time's the sophomore Tristan Delaney on the score. And, hey, we talked about, by the way, Van Leeuwen's touch on those passes. Perfect. Perfect on that one.
That was a great throw.
Yes.
On to kick is going to be your kicker, Condon, number 83. Up. Good. Lynx 55-3 over Stevens. 3:34 to go, 3rd quarter, and nobody has went home.
Nope, they're all still here. All still here on this side. And something I wanted to point out, kind of apropos of nothing, Briggs Knutson had a heck of a day today at quarterback. So what's he doing on the sideline? Talking to his friends, looking into the crowd or whatever. No, that entire drive, this entire half so far, I've been keeping an eye on him. He's standing right next to his offensive coordinator, his offensive coach. This kid, that's the type of player that can play at the next level. He is always learning. He is always talking. He's always engaged. That's a leader.
He's a leader. He's a ball player. In basketball, he's your point guard, right? Mm-hmm. And your point guard's got to be great leaders too, right? And we've seen that from Briggs on the basketball court too. Brings great leadership at that position. And the point guard really transitions over to football. That's your quarterback, right?
Exactly. He's running the show.
There's the kick. Fielded by number 28 at the 20. That's going to be for Stevens. Looks like Eli Baker on the carry.
Sophomore Leo Hatton on the stop for the red and black.
30-yard line. Raiders ball moving left to right in the blue and white. Spread formation for Floor. Motions his receiver, Sullivan. They're going to go up top. It's not there. Great coverage by number 19 for the Lynx. The corner, that's going to be Uriah Dixon. Uriah Dixon.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, good defensive play there. Again, first half, maybe that's a flag. I don't know. Very possible, but hey, man, what I always say, it ain't croquet, baby. It ain't croquet. You got to have some hand fight and got to have a little physicality with those wide receivers.
Hey, and the pronunciation, right? Bob Arnold does a great job of preparing everything up here, and he breaks down harder names for us.
Yeah.
And we're the receptionists of what he does. It makes the job so much easier. I know Bob's listening. He had prior engagements out there this evening, a big birthday party, so he wasn't able to join us this evening for the color. So, Bob, enjoy listening. Floor, 2 receivers to his left. He's got 1 to his right. Single coverage, man coverage to his right. He finds Sullivan, and Sullivan has been his favorite target so far in this one.
Yeah, no doubt. This has been a big night for John Paul Sullivan. He's a very talented kid, number 11. But that was a really nice throw by Austin Floor. Like you said, Lynx did a good job. They brought pressure with number 19, Uriah Dixon, coming on the pressure on the left side. Move him out to the left. He threw it across the grain. That's a nice play for a first down.
2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He hasn't used his running back much this evening. When he did, they gained a first down. They're going to go deep. He is wide open. That, I believe, is going to be number 88. Good throw by Floor as LaRoche with, or excuse me, not LaRoche. It's going to be number 88, Nearing, with the reception, the junior. But it's going to be brought back.
Yeah, nice play by the Lynx defense. Get the stop.
Incomplete. I got ahead of myself a little bit.
It was in his hands, but
two
nice play by the
receivers
Lynx.
to his right. Perigo, he's going to go in motion. Now they give it to him with that jet motion. It's going to be a gain of about 5, maybe 6. We'll call it 5 right there, as it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 from about the 48. As I'm looking at my call sheet, I don't see the ball on the ground, right? And Kyle's probably looking at me like, hey, man, you're saying it's complete?
No way.
And it is on the ground. What are you doing, Ken?
Not at all. He did catch it at first. It was definitely a catch. Yeah, and that's all the way over across the field. But, yeah, even over here I got a little bit of an angle. And you're looking at the ball. I'm looking at the referee to see what he has to say, too.
That is true. So Kyle's making excuses for me. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome. I got it covered. I've been making excuses for myself for so long for all the crap that I've done. Man, let me tell you. Hey, by the way, real quick, I got to give a shout-out to number 26, Aiden Devine, on that last play. Lead blocker just burst through and was able to get number 13, Perigo, a couple of extra yards. So you tell – if you guys think this game is over at 55-3, don't tell Stevens that, because they're still going. They're still going full metal. That's
a great point. They are playing hard, and hats off to them. As we are going into the 4th quarter on this 11 AAA matchup here in Brandon, South Dakota on the 2025 Pigskin Classic. Your Lynx trying to move to 2-0 on the season. They're up 55-3. Floor, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Lynx going to try to bring pressure, as they know Sullivan's going to come under the motion. They don't go to Sullivan. They do go deep. Completed pass from Floor to number 34. Now I'm looking at my call sheet, right? So it's not incomplete, right?
No, it is not. Okay. It was definitely a catch.
All right.
And a good one.
And that's going to be Tucker Waddle with the reception.
Yes, Tucker Waddle, nice catch. Nice throw from Floor. Knew he couldn't lead him any further, so what does he do? He brings him back. Got his eyes on the ball. Nice catch for the first down.
Raiders cross the 50, as that's a first down and 10 from the 40. Shotgun formation from Floor. They roll left. He's got a receiver, Sullivan. He's down at the 30. We'll see if they give him the first down, because the first down's about midway between the 29 and 30. Are they going to call it? No, it's going to be 2nd down and 1 right from the 30. Full moon. Am I right? It's a full moon to our left?
Look at that.
Wow.
Hopefully I can get a shot.
Wow. Shotgun formation. 2nd and 1. Sullivan again under the formation, out to the flat. They go to him. It is an errant throw by Floor. It's going to bring up a 3rd down in 1, as the clock is going to run here, even on an incomplete pass, because of the scoreboard, what it shows. As it's 3rd down and 1 from the 30. As we have substitutions coming in for the Raiders. Lynx coaching staff, they are calling out the defense there. They see something they think that they're going to go to. Under center the first time, and it's going to be a false start.
Ouch. On
the left tackle. That's the first time we've seen a quarterback go under center tonight.
Yeah, and of course I'm 32 now, so I'm just like, back in my day we all ran it from under center, and that was better back then.
That's what we did.
Yeah,
right?
That's just what you did. And
the wing T offense. So it's going to drive the Raiders back 5 yards. So now it's going to be a 3rd down and 6 from the 35. Under 10 minutes to go on this one. Floor. Is he going to go under center again? He wants his receiver to go out wider, outside the hash. Wants him to get even wider. Play clock is at 11. He's under center.
Timeout.
The Raiders do not like it. As that's going to be a timeout by the Raiders. That will stop the clock, their first timeout of this one. It's going to give us an opportunity to, on Lynx TV here, right, we truly enjoy all of you tuning in, right? I think I got a text that at halftime that there was 470 of you, wherever you are. And you truly that are tuning into Lynx TV, and we can see that by YouTube. We can't see that on Alliance Communications, so we could be at like 2,000. I really don't know, right?
Yeah.
But wherever you are, you could be in Germany right now, and we don't know. But thank you for tuning in to Lynx TV, and we hope you enjoy our broadcast. As Kyle over here, he'll be bringing the play-by-play for our volleyball team, and they were victorious, right?
Yep, back on Tuesday against O'Gorman, the number 2 team in the state. Beat them 3-1. Dominant performance.
Awesome.
And if you are from Germany, Ich bin ein Brandon Valley Lynx. All right, anyway.
There you go. Yeah, that came out of way left field.
Well,
great job, Kyle.
Well, you said you might be listening in Germany. You just never know.
Floor, 3rd down and 5, maybe 6. He likes Sullivan. He's going to roll. He doesn't go beyond the line of scrimmage. He liked Sullivan, and he went to Sullivan for that first down completed pass down to about the 22, 23-yard line. That moves the chains for Stevens. Under 9 minutes to go. And this one, they are not quite in the red zone. Lynx defense trying to stop them. Hurry up offense from Floor. He's in a true pistol now. 2 receivers to his right and his left. He hands it off to his running back, and he is met in the backfield. And we'll get this number, I hope.
Couple of Lynx in on the stop. Looked like it may have been. They're going to give Dawson Matsky the stop. Also number 25, Elgersmo was in there, the sophomore.
Boy, big stop on first down. 2nd down, 13, 26-yard line. That's going to be Floor. He's got his running back to his left. He wants a screen pass. He doesn't find it. First interception of the ball game, and it comes from the Lynx secondary. We will get you the number, but it's going to be a turnover, and I believe it's number 12 for the Lynx, and Caden Callahan, I believe. We don't know for sure, is it?
Yeah, I thought it may have been number 19, Uriah Dixon again. I had 19 on it.
Now, if this is not correct, right? I know Griffin Callahan and the Callahan boys from SDSU back in the day, they now live. I don't know if that's a son, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it just brought me back because I named my child after Griffin.
No kidding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, he was a heck of a ball player.
Yes.
Hit the biggest 3. Still, I consider the biggest 3-point shot in the history of South Dakota State with his big 3. To beat, Western Illinois in that game?
I believe so.
Get them to their first NCAA tournament?
The old arena. There's a give to your 4th running back of the night. That's going to be number 22 for the Lynx. And Hieronymus with the carry, his first carry. Yeah, Griffin Callahan. So we go to all the SDSU, a lot of them, right?
Sure.
SDSU basketball games, and boys and girls, and I like Griffin Callahan, but it sounded really good on the PA system too.
Oh yeah, You're darn right it did.
Van Loer, he gives it to the running back again, number 22 for the Lynx. That's going to be Hieronymus with his 2nd consecutive carry, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down now.
We got a flag as well here, Ken.
Legal formation on the offense.
I think they had too many in the backfield.
Hey, the microphone works on the white hat.
How about that?
I mean, that's not really typical in high school football. And we could hear him loud and clear, and we got earmuffs on.
Yeah. It's a miracle.
2nd down and 11 from the 18. That's going to be Van Loer. Van Loer with a touchdown pass on the last series. He's going to give it to his running back again. He's going to be met in the backfield. And that's going to be Hieronymus. And a great play by that Stevens defense. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
That was a nice-looking defensive play by Eli Baker, the junior, number 28. Bridger Mez, number 52, cleaning up the mess.
20 seconds on the play clock. Van Leur's not in any hurry, as that clock's just going to continue to drain itself. And we're at about 5:20 to go in this one. As Van Leur's going to be in kind of a hybrid pistol. He's almost in his shotgun. He's got a receiver to his right. He's going to go over the middle of the field. He's going to find his receiver, number 80, for the Lynx. And that's going to be Cooper Irie with the reception over the middle. Beautiful looking pass.
That was a heck of a throw by Van Leur and a nice catch, getting into a little bit of open space. I love watching a tight end rumble down the field, Ken.
Yeah.
Fills my heart with joy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pleasure on the Lynx offense. We've had a lot of good tight ends to come through the program. 1st down and 10 for the Lynx at about the 31-yard line. True pistol formation. Giving it to his running back. He is met in the backfield. That's going to be Hieronymus by a host of Raiders defenders. You talked about it, Kyle, just a little bit ago. There is no give up in this Raiders team.
No.
Hats off to him.
Yep, Aiden Jacobs just came in and made a big play. They got to find some momentum going into next week. And they've clamped down a little bit now. Made a couple of nice stops.
We have a new quarterback in the ball game. I believe it's number 10, and that's going to be Jonah Jewell. They have him listed as a wide receiver, unless I have 2 10s on the team. I don't believe so. But he's going to hand it off to Hieronymus again.
That is actually, I believe, number 18.
18.
Jake Halseth.
Jake Halseth. Yeah, I can't tell the 8 to the 0,
yeah,
right?
These numbers, man, I tell you.
Yeah. Now I can see it a little bit from the back.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be cool too. They want to take their jersey and like tuck it into the bottom of their shoulder pads.
Yeah. Like,
have you ever thought about the broadcasters?
Right. Can we think about this a little bit? Shotgun formation for your new quarterback. Steps back. A little bit of high throw there, as his intended receiver is going to be number 35 for the Lynx. That's Leo Hatton. I know his dad. His dad, a long time ago, was a tight end for me back in the day.
No kidding.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Full circle.
Full circle. Number 18, your new quarterback, Halseth. He is out of the ball game. Punting formation for the Lynx. Booming, and we have a late hit on the punter. Is that an automatic 1st down? Is that a personal foul?
In high school, I think it is.
Yep.
Personal foul.
Running into the kicker. Automatic 1st down. You think is that what they're going to give him? Yep, the offensive line's running back onto the field.
Yep.
Roughing the kicker, not running into the kicker, roughing the kicker. As what a beautiful night here in Brandon.
Man.
Clear sky. That moon is huge. It gives a little light to everything. Wow.
I remember last year it was almost 90 degrees. A couple years ago they had to move the kickoff back an hour because it was so darn hot. I woke up this morning, 40 degrees, window cracked open, nice and cool out there. This is football weather already, baby.
Absolutely.
We got NFL kicking off tomorrow full time.
Yep.
I better be. My butt better be on a couch with Red Zone on at noon, or they're going to have some problems.
And all of our favorite team, the Purple, play on Monday night. There's a give. New quarterback into the ball game now. That's going to be number 6. It's going to be Chance Hartman into the ball game. So a host of quarterbacks coming in and out for the Lynx. And there's a quick carry.
Yeah, I think they're going to just run it a couple more times here, and time's going to be about out on this one. Good performance by the Lynx.
Great performance, and we'll touch on it in our post game here in just a moment. As the Lynx up 55-3, we're almost at that 1 minute mark. That's going to be number 6. That's going to be Hartman. He's going to give to his running back. And that is going to be number 22 again, Hieronymus with the carry. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 12 from the 45.
Apollo Jorgos on the stop for Stevens. Had to give the shout out for the name Apollo.
Yeah, that's a great name.
Either named after the spacecraft or the fictional boxer, one of the two. Old Apollo Creed.
Possibly, or maybe maybe a relative. Who knows, right?
Who knows?
We're speculating.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that.
Number 6, Hartman. Encroachment, I believe, or was he drawn offsides? They're going to pick up the flag, actually. No, they're not. Encroachment. It does not stop the clock. All right, as the clock counts down to 0, your Brandon Valley Lynx victorious over the Rapid City Stephen Raiders, 55-3. Your Lynx moved to 2-0 on the 2025 Pigskin Classic, the 25th annual Pigskin Classic. And it was a lot of Lynx all over the field, and especially on the offensive side as they established the run early, and it was prevalent throughout the ball game. Hats off to the Raiders as they had a lot of fight in them, right? And the scoreboard's not even going to look like that. But we can see it from here, and you could see it from your television or maybe on your phone, whatever you were doing tonight. You could see that fight, so hats off to them, and I hope they have safe travels as they head back west. But your Lynx moved to 2-0.
They moved to 2-0. 2 impressive victories, especially by the defense, giving up just 10 points in those first 2 games. I mean, what else is there to say? They made plays on special teams. They got a blocked, deflected punt. They got 2 turnovers on kickoffs. Ran the ball well, threw the ball well, defended well.
They have some things to build on.
They do.
It's really true, but really the build you got to start off with, right? Before you put jerseys on and pads on, and before, at the end of the day, before you even do all of that, before practice, you got to have heart, right?
You're darn right.
And they have that, so that's something to build on as a coaching staff. As you look, they're going to go over to they'll go over to their sideline, but really they got to build on that. So hats off to your team out west, and good luck for the rest of the season. Your Lynx protect their home field, 55-3, and you have something. No, we were past a note, but never mind. We were past a lot of things.
I think it just
fell. Phone.
Yeah, I think
we passed a lot of things tonight.
They think we're the public addressers, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's just a sign here that fell off one of the doors. They were just handing it back. So we appreciate that.
A little bit of pausing. We always have to ad lib to a little bit of things that we do this evening. Thank you, boosters, for putting on a tremendous day here in Brandon, South Dakota. Support them because they do support all athletics and many things within the community of Brandon, especially at the school. And Coach Christensen and his staff, tremendous performance. They can build on things, but I'll guarantee the humbleness of the coaching staff is it hovers over that whole team. As you can see at the 30-yard line, we got a lot of work to do as we are in the beginning of this journey of 2025 in the 11 AAA in the state of South Dakota. But most importantly, the Lynx 2-0.
Yep, 2-0. And they're going to have a big test next week, so it was nice to get this one out of the way. They play O'Gorman at O'Gorman at 7 o'clock on Saturday, not Friday, Saturday. So hope to see you guys there.
Another Saturday evening in the state of South Dakota in the Metro. Is that what we're calling it now?
The Metro, baby.
The Metro,
That's
right?
the big time.
That's crazy. I call it the Metro. But as we end this telecast, I want to thank Kyle. Kyle, you did a tremendous job. Kyle will be calling the games, like I said, on volleyball the rest of the season, but he'll also be calling the girls' basketball games as we move forward into that dreaded winter season, right? And we'll be bringing you the boys' basketball games also, Bob and I believe later in the season. I don't know the dates, right? I'm not looking at a calendar. I think you'll be filling in for Bob Arnold also in a few weeks here, right?
Yep, I will be. Yep,
Okay.
I'll be with Bob Logan for the rest of the time, spotting they got me pulled in so many different directions. I love it, man. Football's as much football as I can get.
Well, it brought me back, right, to the beginning, and I appreciate your hard work, and you do a tremendous job, so hats off to you, buddy. And so that's going to do it on this crisp Saturday evening as your Brandon Valley Lynx football team in the 11 AAA are now 2-0 with a big victory, 55-3 on 2025 Pigskin Classic. For Kyle Roque, I'm Ken McEwen. Have a great weekend, everyone.